I am seeking your attention and support as I share my thoughts on what are the characteristics of leaders who push us forward to greater levels of unity, competency, and prosperity. Upon sharing my thoughts, I hope that you will be empowered that the good characteristics of leaders matter. Professional American author, business consultant, and motivational speaker Kenneth Hartley Blanchard once said that the key to leadership is influence and not authority. This idea from Hartley does a great job underlining the idea that leadership isn't always about being a dictator type personality, and more so about being flexible and doing what is necessary to guide a given group. But nevertheless, what makes a person a great leader? How great leader move us forward? What would our society look like if we, instead, were led by competent ones? Imagine being in a group where everyone just talks and nobody wants to listen. Imagine the noise, the confusion, and the mess. How would you act if you are tasked with leading people who just talk and not even a single person except you would want to pay attention? It is a mess, right? However, it is still necessary to lead this group. When there is harmony, there is understanding. A good leader knows not only how to pay attention, but listens carefully. An essential characteristic of unity is teamwork. Having effective teamwork may also mean having open communication, trust, focus, and accountability. During these challenging times, prioritizing unity is very important. Now, let's talk about competency. Take a minute and imagine yourself in a room filled with people who are as smart as you. As a leader of a group, you may find yourself in the situation with people essentially as smart as you, but not in the same position of having to command the actions of the team. Do you think you will be having meaningful or deep discussions in this situation? Discussions that are worth having second thoughts about? Personally, I think no. If you're clever enough to know that you are in a room filled with geniuses like you, start to think you are basically in the wrong room. You have to be with people who lack ideas. Why? These people who have bare minimum ideas are not dumb at all. As the matters. However, even dumb people that you hire can be an asset. Bill Gates famously said before that, I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because the lazy person will find an easy way to do it. Although being dumb and being lazy are two different things, they both meet at a certain similarity. And that is the idea that people who you think is incompetent can be competent too. Dumb people are curious about a lot of things. And these things you may already know about. But there is room for more knowledge as they crave more ideas with curiosity. This is all, by the way, of saying leaders become more competent when they associate themselves with regular people, drawing our attention back to the present. We need competent people as much as we want competent leaders because the citizens make up our nation beyond its leaders. But that being said, competent people are products of competent leaders. People who are given the gift of leadership should put it to good use by developing people to become the next set of leaders that following generations can look up to. A framework of how great leaders can be measured against for generations to come. Every day, you face the mirror. You look at yourself and appreciate yourself. But have you ever asked yourself in front of the mirror, who am I going to be today? Will I see people make a difference? Will I be able to contribute something? Maybe you say it differently. However, I believe many people in this time period of weak, ineffective leadership are asking these sorts of questions. We might not often do that. But did you know that great leaders are driven with a passion to create great things? Yes, you heard that right. Passion moves people towards greatness, and we benefit from it. But what brings prosperity and greatness? A leader who practices integrity, positive criticism, has great empathy, and is disciplined can deliver success. Also, a great leader must have the mentality of serving people and not to be served. Being a leader is like a spider web. It is complex. And just like what Uncle Ben from Spider-Man said, with great power comes with great responsibility. But here is what I would rather say. Influence is power, and power is responsibility. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, Jegudiel, for that very amazing speech. Thank you. Judges,